Hey, what's going on, fellow trade geniuses? This is Philip. Wanted to give you kind of an post-market update Tuesday evening. So the ES basically broke through this level here, which we were looking at. This is a volume, kind of a volume zone support or resistance area. So it's broke through that. We're kind of in this wedgie here. All right, so it's possible that we could get up to here and then retest back down. But I do think this does open the door possibly for a run to 2369, 2370 area. So I'm a little bit biased long here. We are pushing up into some resistance. As you can see, this is the price line, and we do have some resistance there, and we're also pushing into this area of volume. So it would be a bit of a grind to get through that, but and then we also have this trend line that would probably be in the way. So there is some room for the upside, I think, here, but I don't think I think it's going to be a battle and a grind. If it does get up to here, then I would expect probably some more resistance and then some downside. But I think a lot of people were bearish on the week this week, and I don't know how that's going to manifest. To me, it looks like it's making a run to try and get through this downtrend that it's in. As you can see here, we've got somewhat of inverted head and shoulder kind of action going on here, and so we'll see. But it's definitely trying to put in a bottom here, and I think we're getting into a real critical do or die area of whether or not the bulls still have some more to the upside or not. A lot of it is policy driven. This basically this run up from the election has just been the Trump hype trade, but unfortunately nothing that he's proposing is revenue neutral, and I think what's going to obviously come out is that none of this stuff's going to be able to be pulled off. There's just no money, and so it's gonna I think this trade unravels, but it's all about the timing, so we just have to trade the charts as we see them. So right now I think we've broken into this next area, and I think we may see a little pullback, but I think then we have a chance to get up here to the 2369 area. So that's kind of what we see on ES at the moment. All this action in here is just noise, all this in here. So we get in here and it's just chopping around, and it was pretty range bound today, up and then down and up. But this break up here, and it is kind of after hours when it happened, so we're not right in the market, but I think they're sneaking it up. So I would be kind of inclined to buy any weakness on a spread trade into the overnight, actually. So we'll and we've been doing those spread trades in the advanced room. We had one last night. We stopped us out at break even, but it came down, hit our deviation level, and then bounced up, but collapsed pretty quickly. So I thought we were actually going to see some downside today, but the algos stepped in. Seems like anytime anything gets really critical in here, they step right in. So I think we've got upside. I think that'd be I'm going to be biased to looking at some longs on the spread overnight, but just being nimble, keeping the stops tight, because there is a lot of the internals right now are not good, and so there's a lot of reasons for this market to correct some more. And like I said, still looking for a correction down to this 29 area, 29.95 area. A lot of volume support in there. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at on the ES, and the other stock indices will follow. So as far as the Forex, we can take a look at a few things on that. All right, so on the FX side of things, kind of typical low VIX kind of controlled moves, and I haven't been really being a little bit conservative on calling out any fades this so far this week, just because of the low VIX environment has been tricky on the Forex side, to say the least. Forex just is a different animal when we're below that 13 line on VIX, and seems to be getting trickier the longer that the VIX suppression goes on. So at the moment, the yen pairs got oversold last night, but 110 on the yen is I think a real critical level, and I was a little leery that it would continue to sell into that, and then if that broke, that really could have opened the floodgates. They've saved it. If you look on UJ, they came in and ramped it, and essentially UJ is just turning into, I mean, if you're trading the ES, it's like you're trading the UJ. As dumb as that sounds, but it's just, we're not in a market really. Somebody, one of the guys in the advanced room made a great point. So it's not really a market anymore, it's more of a system. And it's true, because we've just got these things that seem to, they concentrate on manipulating a couple things to keep propping up the market, which has now gotten down to just diving into the big caps, and that's just not that's not what we would call a market really. So yeah, it's more of a system. Good way to characterize it. Anyway, so you can see UJ here. They ramped it. This is our normal VIX channel. So you did see it started to get a little more kind of toward the oversold there. But they did come in. This is where I was getting worried, because 110 was a worrisome spot, and we had a nice continuous trend down, which we've kind of just keep seeing these walks, whether they be up or down in the VIX, and they kind of just keep going and ignore levels. It's just kind of like this forced move, not really organic. So that's what we saw there on the and if you can see here, 110 at least I break in below here, this break here of this prior support, that's gonna be something to keep an eye on. So what happens here, we are running into resistance up in here. So does this roll back over? That's yet to be seen. We're consolidating here, but that's kind of it is a question mark here. Do we roll over or do we push higher? Does look like it's kind of in a shape for a rollover. So, but right now, indecision. This breaks above. If this breaks above, then ES is definitely going to that higher level. Or if it rolls over, that is a horrible arrow. If it rolls over, yeah, then I think ES gets back into that chop zone. And if we break down this 110 level, then I think the party starts. So anyway, that's the correlation there on the UJ. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot going on. The hourly expirations, which we don't really look at for, we don't really look at these things as far as the hourly expirations that we trade, the high probability trades. Premiums have backed off again since the VIX has been getting crushed, and it's just not been it's just not happening right now. So signals will come back and get more numerous. Just right now, we just have to sit tight. Speaking of the VIX, let's take a look at that. Okay, so here we are. We were showing signs of hope getting above here, but now we're back down into this just area where it's just not good for premiums on Nadex, and we just got to wait it out. So it seems like down here at the 10, 11 area, we seem to get a bounce. Rarely does it try to poke lower than that. And that might be where we're heading, and then we get a bounce back up. But yeah, it's low VIX land, so we're not going to see a lot of premium setups on FX binaries. Okay, so that's where we're at. If we want to look real quick too at the correlated volatility indices for the various currencies, and you can see here, this is the euro dollar VIX doing what we don't want to see. It's rising and VIX is falling. Well, that's not good. We're okay if these things are together, whether they're high or low, and ultimately if VIX is higher, like we've talked about. But so we're starting to, so basically what I'm getting at is the environment is not turning more favorable at the moment, and until we see volatility pick up, we just have to sit tight. That's all. All right, that's about it for this update. Just wanted to kind of give a quick update out there and see where we're at here at the close of the markets on Tuesday heading into Wednesday. Pretty typical turnaround Tuesday action, but kind of in levels that are not very decisive on the ES. But I think we'll try to look for a spread trade tonight on the advanced room and be looking to get long with tight stops. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.